Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hell Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and want to see more. Coming up, two stories from two players leaving Super League at two different ends of their playing scale. So we'll begin with Salford Red Devils, as it was announced yesterday that their head coach Richard Marshall has left the club after an inconsistent season by mutual consent after less than 10 months in the role. The Salford Red Devils issued a brief statement saying, Salford Red Devils would like to thank Richard Marshall for his efforts for this season and wish him and his family all the best for the future. The next comment that really got me though, as they said the club will not be making any further comment on the matter, which usually means that something by either side has happened that has caused this parting to become mutual. So the 45-year-old Marshall was appointed as a successor to Ian Watson when the latter left to join Huddersfield last December, but the new boss struggled to deliver any consistency in the 2021 season. The Red Devils finished 11th and with only relegated Leeds below them after winning 7 of their 22 matches. Marshall arrived at the AJ Bell Stadium with fine coaching pedigree. The former Huddersfield, London Broncos, Lee and Halifax forward cut his coaching teeth under Tony Smith at Warrington before being appointed by the Panthers as their head coach. He guided the Yorkshire club to regular playoff positions from 2015 to 2019 before joining St Helens as the assistant coach. Former Toronto head coach Paul Rowley, who was working on the backroom team at Salford for the last 3 years, emerged as a potential successor, while experienced coaches Brian McDermott, Chris Chester, Danny Ward and Andrew Henderson have all been linked with a job. Salford have also begun their recruiting already for the 2022 season, with Brisbane Broncos halfback Brodie Croft already lined up with a few more recruits ready for their 2022 season. So this change of coach has already disrupted the this next season for Salford, with these players that may be part of Richard Marshall's team could hopefully not make a different side of point of view for someone like Croft coming to the club. Well, whatever happens, it's going to be a fun 2022 again. So as the season comes to an end, Robert Louis aims to go out on a high with the Rhinos before he retires from the game, and says Super League helps him find his love for rugby league again, and the sport helps him become a better person. In a comment to Sky Sports, he said, "If it wasn't for the game, I'd reckon I'd be back home and I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be in jail somewhere." But Robert Louis enjoyed an 11-year career at the highest level of rugby league, but the retiring Leeds Rhinos halfback is in no doubt life could have been much different if it had not been for the sport he loves. At only 31 years old, he starred in both the NRL and Super League, first with West Tigers and then with his home city of Townsville with the North Queensland Cowboys, followed by moves across the world to the UK with the Salford Red Devils in 2016 before switching to Leeds 2.5 years ago. It was with his time with West, however, ended in 2011 when he was released after being charged with assault of a former partner, an offence which he later pled guilty to, being fined and placed on a 2-year good behaviour bond, as well as being handed a lengthy suspension by the NRL as a consequence. Since then, Louis has turned himself and also his playing career around, and as he prepares to hang up his boots at the end of the 2021 season, he looks back and thinks how much rugby league, and particularly his move to Super League 5 years ago, has otherwise helped him avoid a life of crime. Super League probably saved my career, Louis said. I came down here, had a few dramas back home, but Super League made me find my love of rugby league again. That's why I stayed here. I've enjoyed it. It's made me a better father, made me a better person, and you meet new people. I've had ups, I've had my ups, I've had my downs. I've been at my low point, but then rugby league has brought me back to my high point. If it wasn't for the game, I reckon I'd be back home, and I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be in jail or somewhere. Louis' motivation to call time on his top level professional career was largely motivated by his desire to bring up his young family back home to Australia and be closer to their relatives after nearly 6 years on these shores, although he still hopes to be playing part-time in Queensland. He wants to turn his attention to helping youngsters through rugby league as well, using his experiences to show where the sport can take them if they dedicate themselves to it, along with having the responsibility of pursuing off-field careers as either teachers, aides at his old school, or in the field of youth justice. Louis has already passed advice on to the next generation at the Rhinos, and where he enfuses about the likes of 17-year-old forward Morgan Gannon and 21-year-old centre Harry Newman after taking on something like a mentoring role for the youngsters soon after joining. He said it came from Salford, where there were heaps of old fellas, and he came to Leeds, where there were heaps of young kids who just wanted everything and wanted to be the best. Speaking about him being seen as a role model to the younger players at Leeds, he said, "I'm all about their game and how I get the best from them, but it's about the off-the-field stuff too. As a young kid, when you're not getting picked, it hurts, and I've been there. I just say to them, they've got to keep working hard and take their opportunities when they come with both hands, and it has happened for most of them. If I can leave my print on then, it's just to be relaxed about everything and don't take your footy home. When you're at home, relax, but when you're at training, that's your job, and what you've got to give is your all too." Robert Louis already played his final game at the Admiral Headingley after a 36 points to 12 victory against Hull KR, which he scored the opening try in, and now goes into the playoffs against Wigan. And he says whatever happens through the playoffs, Louis will look back with a great fondness about his 2.5 years playing for Leeds, after being a key part of the survival under Richard Agar's stewardship. I'm just saying, I've loved the city and the people here. They've made me want their own and supported us no matter what, when we lose or win. So, Wigan centre Oliver Gildart will bid fond farewell to the DW Stadium on Thursday night, but he's desperately hoping he can emulate a host of old teammates with a grand departure at Old Trafford. The 25-year-old England international is ending his 7-year stint with his hometown club at the end of the season, which will come on Thursday if they fail to beat Leeds in the first Super League elimination playoff final. Gildart, seen here against Leeds earlier in the season, who, along with teammate Jackson Hastings, will be joining West Tigers in the NRL for 2022, and he's hoping to match the achievements of Sam Tompkins, Josh Charnley, John Bateman, who all won a grand final ring in their last matches for the Warriors. There is also an opportunity for Wigan players to send departing coach Adrian Lamb out on a high, just as they did with their predecessor, Sean Wayne. It's made me reflect on my time here at Wigan, Gildart said during a visit to his old amateur club in the ARLFC as part of the Pride in the Community initiative by Ron Seal, designed to give back to grassroots rugby communities. I've had some great memories, and I've got the opportunity to create one more. I remember Wayne's last grand final, and I played with Sam and Josh and Batty in theirs. It would be an absolute dream to go out, especially at Old Trafford, but a lot of hard work goes into that. I really hope we can do it. I'm trying to enjoy every moment, being around the boys as much as I can, and hopefully I can get to that grand final and earn another ring. It would mean everything, especially with me leaving. I've 2 from 4, so I'd like another ring to collect to my collection. Wigan face a trip to either Catalans or St Helens if they overcome Leeds after finishing 4th at the end of the season of a less than impressive campaign so far. It's not good enough for us at Wigan, said Gildart. We strive to win everything. We want to be the best in everything. But it's been a very difficult season, and it's not ended up too bad. We have a home quarter final boxed off, and anything can happen. People have won it from 4th before. There's going to be a lot of pressure on us to get there, but there's something special in our team when it comes to this time of the season. We seem to get the results. So the 25-year-old will be saying goodbye to these shores and playing for West Tigers in 2022. But during his career, he's played 129 games for Wigan Warriors and scored 61 tries. Plus, he's had a couple of loan spells with 2 games at Workington Town and 3 games at Salford Red Devils. He's also played international representative rugby league, as he's played 3 times for England and once for Great Britain. He's scored 1 try in the England colours, so we'll see how he goes in the NRL. And we wish him all the best of luck for the games going ahead, and also in Australia. So there you have it, 2 stories about 2 players who plays in tonight's game. Who do you think will win? Put your comments in the comments below. These 2 guys are leaving the Super League and at different ends of their playing scales, of course, but they're rugby league family, so we have to wish them the best. All of them, both of them on their go. What's your thoughts on Richard Marshall's being released by Salford? Again, tell me in the comments. I can just say thank you very much for watching. Please remember, like, subscribe, share this video worldwide, share it on social media, tag people in that you have a passing thoughts on rugby league. We need them to come back to the rugby league fold to grow our magnificent game. Anyway, I'll just say please remember to stay safe. All the best to you, and I'll see you in the next video.